Hello and welcome to the 4M channel. I'm here to talk to you about my experience of learning Arabic in Morocco. Why Arabic? Well, one of the reasons why I chose Arabic was because I wanted to learn a language that wasn't Indo-European and use a different writing system. So Arabic has an alphabet, which would be, I thought, much easier to learn Chinese or Japanese, which uses characters. Arab speakers, whether they were colonized by the French or by the English, usually have to accommodate us. We don't accommodate them on the linguistic plane. They enter into our world, and frankly, we don't enter into theirs. So I wanted to be one of these Western people who tries to integrate, at least linguistically, by evening the playing field by learning their language. I was in Casablanca, and I have to say that Casablanca is not the city to learn Arabic. Casablanca is way too Frenchified. There were very little schools at the time when I was there, and it's just not the place. Later on, I found out that Fes was a much better option. There were more schools, and traditionally, it is the place where people have gone to learn Arabic. I think one of the things that surprised me about my year-long stay in Morocco was the degree in which the Moroccan people are still colonized and beholden to France and French culture. That in this culture, in Morocco, if you want to get ahead, if you want to move ahead, you have to speak French. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is truly was the most shocking thing I'd ever seen. And one of the things that really shocked me was that in some of the French companies in Casablanca, Arabic is forbidden to be spoken in the building. I said, what? Arabic is forbidden to be spoken in the building? This can't be. I mean, imagine if England opened up shop in Paris and decided now, as of today, French is now forbidden in the building. If this had happened in France, this would be a scandal that you could not even imagine. All the French media would be talking about it sans cesse, incessantly, about how England has forbidden them to speak French in their own country. Go down south to Morocco, and the reaction is completely the opposite. Because of the brainwashing, because of the colonization, they accept this. Now, some, of course, might not accept it, but you're not going to open your mouth. You don't want to start any problems because you'd be fired or whatever. But it's truly quite amazing. Something else that's shocking are their keyboards that they use. Their keyboards are not in Arabic; they are in French. And when people chat on the phone or at the time back when it was Messenger, they're chatting in Moroccan, but with our alphabet, with the Latin alphabet. They're not even using the Arabic alphabet. Many of them don't even know how to type in Arabic. And this is actually shocking to someone coming from France or Spain who uses their language on the computer, doesn't use another language to express themselves. It's absolutely, well, a different alphabet to express themselves, an alphabet that, frankly, isn't adapted to Spanish or English or French. So that was something else that was shocking. I remember I went to a sushi restaurant in the first couple of weeks I was there, and I sat down, and then a group of Moroccans were in there celebrating somebody's birthday. Now, most of the people who go to these quote-unquote Western restaurants are Moroccans who have cash, obviously. So it's a minority. They started to sing happy birthday in French. Then they sang it in English, which surprised me. And I said to myself, let's see if they're going to sing it in Moroccan. And they didn't. They only sang happy birthday in French and English. Absolutely shocking. Shocking. Something else that was surprising was that if you go into a kiosk to buy a magazine, apart from newspapers, most of the magazines are in French. There's very little literature in current event magazines in Arabic. I mean, it's absolutely shocking. You don't see that here in Spain. You don't see that in France. You don't see that in the United States. It's truly amazing the level of colonization. And education is in French. And I remember the Alliance Française school itself, the French language school. In September, the line to go was going around the entire building because people are so desperate to speak French that that's the only way to get ahead. It seems. I have to say though, as far as the Moroccans' reaction to me learning Arabic, they were quite surprised that they would say, well, why are you learning this language and what's it for? What are you going to do with it? This is useless language. There was even an entry at one point I read in Wikipedia where the Moroccan dialect isn't celebrated. Like, for instance, in Egypt, when I was in Egypt, the Egyptian dialect is loved, it is cherished, it is adored, it is orgasmic. But in Morocco, it's the complete opposite. It is something that is looked down upon or shameful to a certain extent. Of course, not everybody, but that's the impression that I got when I was there. Um, frankly, a Western or a non-Moroccan is just Moroccan dialect is just very strange. They weren't used to it. Many people thought I was a spy. But despite all the negativities about it, I have to say that I do absolutely love the Arabic language and I love the Moroccan dialect. I think it's important as a Western person to be able to communicate in their language as well and not just them speaking French or English, as usually is the case. So I hope this was informative a bit about my experience and see you soon.